Hello and welcome to Sovereign RPG. I'm Sovereign and today we're going to be looking at a new MMO RPG that's coming out on mobile platforms for Android and iOS that's going to be coming out in the next 2 days or so. For some people it'll be out on the 24th at 5 p.m. PDT and 8 p.m. EDT, and Tokyo wants to get into the shot. Say hello to the guys, Tokyo. Anyway, enough of the puppy love. She just wouldn't stop crying while I was trying to make this video. She wanted some attention right now, so I'm trying to sort of do both at the same time. So we're going to have to sort of deal with the fact that I've got a puppy on the screen. Try not to gush too much. She is a little cutie though. Trying to train her to not piss all over my floor all the time, but we're getting there. I still love her for the moment, as long as she stops shitting on my bed. Isn't that right? Yes, it is. Okay, good times. So anyway, we're going to be talking about a game that's going to be coming out in the next couple of days. It's an MMO from the makers of Arcade. And I know their monetization is kind of mental and the dog is just not going to let me speak in this video. So Arcade, they're known for their pay-to-win aspects. They're very well known for milking the herd, as some might say. Seriously, she really wants some bloody love. I have not made any content recently. I'm starting to not do as much content as I want to do because I'm training your little ass and spending so much time with you. So you can blame that cute little face that's going to start eating the microphone for the lack of content recently. Okay, that's enough, little one. You have to get down. Daddy's got to work. Now she's just going to start crying. And now you're probably hearing in the background just chewing on her box. So anyway, Moonlight Sculptor is a game based off of a novel that I haven't read. So I don't know anything about the novel itself. It's called The Legendary Moonlight Sculptor. If any of you have heard of that book, if you guys read books, let me know down below if it's any good. Maybe I'll give it a read myself. I have been looking for a good book series to go through, especially in the fantasy settings. I do prefer some of the darker stuff. So let's go and have a look at their website and what they're touting it to actually be, or the information that the game will be is on here. There's not been any sort of pre-game play footage or anything. There's a lot of videos and stuff regarding like the sort of announcement trailers, but it's all just that cartoony shit that you normally get on mobile game. It doesn't actually show the gameplay, so we don't know if it's going to be automated. We don't know if there's going to be any of that sort of standard mobile MMO bullshit yet. But the graphics are a little bit cartoony for my liking, but they do look pretty decent. Like, it shows that there's different worlds and there's different sort of biomes that you're going to be going through and like big boss monsters, etc, etc. But if we have a look through the website, it will actually show you that there's pre-register now and get exclusive reward stuff, your standard MMO bullshit these days. If you pre-order, etc, you get all these bonuses. I don't pre-order shit anymore. It just feeds into the devs wanting to make games to the pre-orders, and then it doesn't matter if the game's shit after it releases. It's just something that I don't do anymore. So if you want to go onto the website, or you can go onto Google App Store, or you can go into the iOS App Store and actually pre-register for the game, you'll be able to get these stuff on here, the Breezy Travelwear. I'm guessing this is going to be able to make you move faster inside of the game. It's got wings on the hat, so I'm guessing that, or it's going to make you fly. But I doubt it's going to make you fly. I haven't heard anything about there any flying in this game. And you start off with 50,000 gold, weapon and scroll enchants, and swiftness elixirs, haste elixirs, that'll probably make you cast faster, and versus grace, I have no idea what that is. There's an awful lot of pre-register buttons on this website. So if you add your email address into this system here, you'll be able to get these on the actual exclusive rewards. And if you pre-register on Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, you only get these rewards. Now, they probably give you these rewards because they're going to sell your email address, but that's a whole nother thing that we're not going to go into. The terms of service and the privacy policy will tell you that they're going to be able to use your email address to blah, 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 and sell your shit on. So they'll make money on that. So they're obviously going to give more incentive for you to give your email address over. To obviously sign up to games newsletters and exclusive offers and blah, blah, blah. So there are some additional rewards challenges that have already been hit for the actual amount of people that are signing up and pre-registering for the game. It hit the 500,000 current goal within the first 24 hours of it being talked about, which was on April 19th last month. And the game is releasing a month after they announced it, so the game must be pretty damn well ready. Now let's have a look at what they call the Royal Road and discover the fantastic reality of a virtual adventure. So if we go over and we start, so obviously you pick your class, you have fierce combat. It doesn't give you any information on the website on what these actually do. So what it says on the features of the actual app store, as I'm having a look at it, it says you're going to control your destiny as an immersive story. You know what these are like. They're just trying to sell you a package without actually being able to play it yet. So relive the story-based and famous novel, The Legendary Moonlight Sculptor, where you are completely free to play your way. They're touting it as a as an open world sandbox game where you can do whatever you want. They have Tournament of the Champions and a Battlefield of Valor. Become victorious in weekly tournaments and claim your crown and epic rewards as a champion. This is going to be your PvP. Dive into the heat of the action at the chaotic entrance. Check out the ever-changing dungeons through the chaotic entrance. Get more XP and rare treasures through these dungeons filled with nefarious foes and powerful bosses. So yeah, standard dungeons and raids, etc, etc. Find the best companion. From pets to mercenaries, there will always be a trustworthy companion to accompany you on your adventures. There will be a pet system involved which will be able to fight alongside you, or mercenaries if that is what you like to do. I don't have much information on that itself because they haven't really released that much information yet. One thing that's interesting to me as being like touted as an MMO is there's actually an offline version of the actual game. So you can actually play offline, and it says a hero never rests. Continue the captivating gameplay and action-packed combat in sleep mode, where you can still get precious loot and XP. So if you're stuck in a tunnel on a train or you're on a plane, blah, 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 and you want to play, you can actually and still progress within the actual online mode. You can actually play the game. Jesus fucking Christ. Why does everyone always... You know what? Whenever I'm making a video, is the only time anyone ever wants to speak to me when they text me and do all this kind of ringing me bullshit. Like, it's only when I'm making a video. If I'm doing nothing all week, I have no social life, I don't do anything, and then they always decide to fucking call me or text me in the middle of making a video every single time without fucking fail. So anyway, talking about the offline, this is a much different approach than I've ever seen inside of MMOs, especially in mobile games. I don't know if there's been a game that has done this before. I've never personally played one that has done it before. If you do know of an MMO that has an offline mode for you to be actually playing the game offline, then please let me know what that game is down below, because I've never bloody heard of it. Now, it does say the minimum spec requirement for this is a Samsung Galaxy S6, the G4 or above, Android 6.0 and above. RAM needs to be 2 gigabytes, and the available storage needs to be 91 megabytes. Quite a sizable game. But most phones these days, that's just a drop in the pond, unless you're like me, where you have 40,000 games installed on your phone. Now, is this going to be another mobile game that says it's a sandbox, but it just means like there's games that I've played previously that have said they're sandboxes, and the only thing that you could do that was in any way what a sandbox is plants outside in the main world, which somehow allowed them to have the sandbox title to the game, which makes no sense to me. But there's so many ways around it. Like, there's games all over Steam, there's games all over the mobile market that say MMO, even though you'll never play with anyone in the game, it just has people online. So it's like there's so many ways, like, it's like Outriders saying it was an MMO when it's a 3-person co-op, just because everyone's playing the same game and it's online, they're allowed to say it's an MMO. It makes no fucking sense to me. But it is what it is. Anyway, that's Moonlight Sculptor. If this is something that does interest you, let me know down below what your thoughts are on the game, as it's made by the same guys who made Arcade. You know it's going to be full of monetary in-app purchases, etc., and pay-to-win stuff. It's just gonna happen. It's on mobile, and it's from the makers of one of the most prolific microtransaction games on the PC MMO market, even more so than Black Desert Online. Like, it even made Black Desert Online look like a standard game. Remember to pre-register, as the pre-registers stop tomorrow if you are interested in playing this game. If you're interested in seeing some content for this game, maybe I can do some videos on it once it's fully released. I'll give it a try and see how it is at the beginning of the game and sort of give you my first impressions on it. That will likely come on the Tuesday when it is actually released for moi. And that's all we have for today. I want to thank you all for watching. Remember to like and sub if you haven't already. Fly safe and avoid local chat scams.
I want to say a huge thank you to all my patrons. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to continue doing what I'm doing. If you'd like to find out how to become a patron and how to get early access to my content, please look down in the description. Fly safe and avoid local chat scams.